Hey, this is Larry and Kyla Johnson. We actually just got married 2 weeks ago, but more importantly, we're headed to Bowling Green, Kentucky.
More importantly.
Well, more importantly right now, we are headed to Bowling Green, Kentucky for the Mammoth Strength Challenge number 3. This is Larry Johnson. Hey! And he's going to tell you about what it took to prepare for today and for tomorrow. Competition's tomorrow. So, Larry, what have you been eating today so far?
Well, the days leading up to a competition, you want to get a lot of carbs. So I've been eating pretty much carbs. I've been eating these little mini ham cheese sliders from our wedding reception. I've been eating nuts and dark chocolate a lot. I love dark chocolate. It's one of my favorite snack foods. Tons and tons and tons of water and Gatorades. I prefer the low sugar Gatorades. I know I need carbs, but I just can't drink that much sugar. And my body just can't take it. So it's a really weird place for me. Usually, I can go on any given day off of about 150, 200 grams of carbs and feel perfectly fine. I don't need a ton of carbs for a lot of energy. I feel really bloated when I eat too much. So, but these next few days, that's the big goal, is to get bloated. Because I want to be as full and as hydrated as I could possibly be for tomorrow.
Yep, tons of water
tomorrow, bananas, different fruits. Tomorrow I'm going to be snacking on some peanut butter and honey sandwiches.
Yeah.
They're going to be delicious.
Tonight we're either going to get Chinese or Italian. Lots of carbs and sodium.
Olive Garden or some kind of Chinese buffet. And also the sodium is something that you really got to have. You going to pick a camera angle, Kyla?
I'm trying. See, this one looks the best, but my arm kind of hurts. So, sometimes you get down here.
We're in Kentucky.
Okay!
Ready?
State line. 3, 2. State line. Okay, so what does it take for you to feel mentally relaxed and prepared for today and tomorrow?
Well, today we've been driving. I've had my neck pillow. It's okay. It's okay. I had my neck pillow on and all sweats.
Neck pillow.
I'm in all sweats, just relaxed. We listened to some smooth jazz for a while.
Oh yeah.
We listened to just some relaxing music. Listen to the Guardians of the Galaxy playlist that we like.
Yeah.
It's got some good tunes. Just trying to remain stress-free. I was challenged going through Birmingham.
Yeah, traffic is not great.
I was a little angry there. But just tonight, just relaxing. I think we're going to watch some World's Strongest Man highlights later. So before bed, I'll get a real good stretch out. Kyla will help massage some of my tighter muscles. Take a really warm bath or shower. And then I think tonight's just going to be a lot of just preparation mentally. And then tomorrow it'll be more of the physical and the psychoanalysis. What is it called?
Analysis? Sounds
analysis.
Good.
It's like getting your mind tuned in.
So how does is there like a shift tomorrow in your mental state?
Yes. So I played football.
What's tomorrow like?
I played football in high school, and Fridays, I didn't pay attention in school a lot my senior year, but Fridays were the days that were just different. You wake up different, you prepare different. Actually, I was probably a better student on Fridays. I was so focused and so zoned in, and you just have to take your mind to a different place. You have to decide, are you going to do whatever it takes to pick up that weight or move that weight in football? Are you going to do whatever it takes to make that play or get up every play and hit someone? It takes a lot, and it's a lot of a mind thing. So I was lifting the other night. It was my last lift before the competition. Usually you do those 3 or 4 days out from the competition. There was a guy there lifting, and they were doing a 2-rep max on log lift. And his previous 1-rep max was 225. And my friend Todd loaded up the log, and without anybody really checking him, he thought he put 215 on there, and that kid was going to try 215 for 2. He accidentally loaded 235.
Oh, wow.
And the kid did it for 2.
Wow.
That's 10 pounds more than his previous max
Wow.
for 2. And then he tried it again after he realized how much he lifted,
Yeah.
and he couldn't do it.
So it's a mental thing,
It's a
is what you're
mental
saying.
thing. He could have been more tired. I mean, yeah, he was
Yeah.
probably just more tired. He was fired up for it, no lie, but it is a huge mental thing. Bill Kazmaier, none of you are really familiar. Well, if you're a
You didn't know
strongman
that.
fan, then you do know who Bill Kazmaier is. But he had a mentality that he would say, "I can and I will." So anything that he believed he could do, his mind believed that he could do, he would do it. So there's no limitations on what he could do. Now, obviously, Bill's not a too optimistic person. He had to know what his limits were. But there was no bad day in a competition for Bill Kazmaier.
That's awesome.
If he trained it and he had hit it at least once, he knew he could hit it, so
Yeah.
he did it. And there was no getting in his head. There was no rattling him. And that's how I'm trying to be. I'm actually got the privilege of going second in my weight class as far as order. And some people look at that as a disadvantage, but in my point of view, I look at it as a advantage because I get to go first and set that. I get to go towards the beginning and set that standard, and I get to get in those heads. I get to rattle their cages. It's kind of like in football. The coaches tell you, come out and punch somebody in the mouth. Don't literally punch them in the mouth, but hit someone hard. The first big hit is what settles everybody into the game. And you want it to be your team, or you, preferably, who gets that first hit, because you set the tone.
Wow.
So that's the kind of the mentality I'm going for.
Very cool.
Come out and attack, and just have a no nonsense attitude. Just do my best,
Very cool.
and have fun. And I've been a competitor my whole life, so this is so fun for me. This is a great way to kind of burn off some steam.
Yeah. Good. Anything else you want to say?
Well, I don't know. I thought you had more questions.
Okay. Just tell us about the events for tomorrow.
Okay, so the events for tomorrow, the first event is a deadlift. And there are a ton of different weight groups. There are even strong women competing, so not everyone's going in the same order. But this is the heavyweight men's order. The first event is a deadlift medley. The first deadlift is a 550-pound, 9-inch normal deadlift. The second event in that medley is a 18-inch axle deadlift, and it's 700 pounds. And then you do one of each, and then you go to your last deadlift, which is a frame. It was going to be a car. It's a frame, and it's 700 pounds as well.
Wow.
That's going to be tough.
And that one's for reps, right?
That one's for reps. The frame is for reps. I'm hoping to at least knock out one of everything
Yeah,
on it. If I could just put up that number, I think that alone will put me halfway up the board, because a 700-pound axle deadlift is tough.
Yeah.
So anyways, the second event is a yoke and a frame medley. The yoke, the super yoke, is 740 pounds, and the frame is 550 pounds. Now, you're sitting there thinking, wow, 550, that sounds really heavy as well. Well, I have no doubt in my mind that I'll be able to do the frame. I'm a good farmer carrier, I'm a good frame carrier. That's one of my strengths. But I gotta do the yoke first. And I gotta carry it 50 feet. Luckily, there's a 60-second time limit, and it's unlimited drops. So I can drop it as many times as I want. But preferably, I'd prefer not to drop it at all, because the more you have to drop is the more that breaks your momentum. And the tougher it's going to be getting that weight back up and moving again. And that's just going to tire you so much more. So moving right along, the third lift is going to be a stone medley. And this one's pretty tough. It's going to carve up your arms. The stone medley is going to be fun. You carry a 295-pound natural stone for 60 feet, or it's either 50 or 60 feet, and then you come back with a Mauser block, which is just a rectangular block, It's 310 pounds. And then there's a Husafel stone. If you're a strongman fan, you know what that is.
It looks like the Superman shape.
Yeah, it's like a shield almost, but it's super thick, and you basically have to hug it and just pinch it as tight against your body as you can. And that one's going to be 350. So that one's going to be tough. But we are allowed grip shirts, and we are allowed tacky. So really looking forward to that. I think it's going to be an interesting event. That if there's any event that I think that might be my toughest and I might not excel at, it's going to be that one. Because I think that one's just going to give everybody a tough time because it's right in the middle. But I think it'll be fun. It'll be interesting. And it's one of those true strongman events. It's not just like a weightlifting event. You can't just find that equipment in a conventional gym. You really got to go to a real strongman gym. Like the last competition I did, I was able to do farmer carries, a one-arm circus dumbbell, and an axle deadlift, all with normal implements at my home gym. But you can't do that with a stone. And you really can't do this next one in a normal gym. It's a truck pull.
Yeah.
So the truck pull's gonna be fun. Just get low and chop, and you gotta pull. I think I have to pull a box truck behind me, and I think that's more gonna be just speed.
Tell them what's interesting about the equipment for this one.
The equipment for this one is we're on a dirt track. We're like we're in an expo center where they hold rodeos, and they're allowing us to wear cleats and gloves for this. So I think this will be fun. We're going to be harnessed in, and we're going to be pulling the tension out of a rope and pulling a truck. So it's going to be fun. And this is another one of those true strongman events.
Oh yeah.
And then finally, the last event is going to be an overhead press medley, which I am ecstatic about because that's my specialty, is my overhead press. I tore my labrum in April, and for those of you who don't know, it's currently January. Yeah. And the doctors told me I would not be recovered and ready to go for another 8 to 12 months. Well, guys, it's been 7 months since my operation, and I am so much stronger than I was before. I truly believe that that if I ever achieve any fame in this sport, that it's going to be really reliant on my overhead pressing ability. So just really hoping that is going to be it's a medley. So you start out with a 270-pound log press for one. You go over to the axle bar and you do a 270-pound axle press for one. You go over to a Mauser block, which is going to be pretty interesting.
Yeah. But it's the rectangular one.
Yes, the rectangular one, and it's 240 pounds. And then finally, there's a Viking press, and you just rep it out until time expires. And you also get 60 seconds on that. And the Viking press is 285. So no doubt in my mind that I'll be able to press them, but how much energy will I have left?
Right.
Considering I had done 4 events before this. So, but that's a good place to be. That's when you really have to get into your own mind and really grind. And that's when you have to be like, all right, am I going to win or am I going to lose? My mind decides it right now. I'm going to push. Am I going to push through the pain, or am I going to let it manipulate me and control me? And so that'll be fun, kind of tapping back into that again. And I haven't done it in a long time because training strongman is hard, but you can always back out when you need to. When you're training, not when you're competing. When you're competing, you have to. But I only competed once, and I haven't done a true strongman competition, a 5 strongman event competition.
Yeah, tell them real quick about the one that you've done already.
The max out was an axle deadlift max. It was structured like a powerlifting meet, but with strongman implements. You got three attempts on each weight, on each implement, and the highest total wins. So I won the novice. But this is a true strongman event where there's
and
set
your first
weight.
time competing in the open.
Yeah, this is in the open, the heavyweight open, and this is a set weight on all of these, which is true to a true strongman competition. As to where the other ones, you kind of have to pick your own numbers.
Yeah.
So it's easier to train for this way.
That's true.
You just gotta hit the numbers, and then you gotta get so good at it that it's got to get easier and easier.
Yeah, faster.
You know, with the max out, you have to push yourself to new limits every week. And
Do you do like cardio or anything to be prepared for the speed part of this kind of event?
Yeah. I noticed for a while I was trying to bulk up at the early parts of the winter in November and December, and I noticed that I was gaining weight really fast. And because I'm not a hard gainer, I can gain weight all day long. She knows.
Yeah.
I'm very big. I'm just a naturally big guy. And I noticed I was getting too chubby too quick. So I started implementing some 5 to 10 minutes of bike exercises or elliptical exercises just to keep my feet quick. And of course I would add the Saturdays where I would do carrying events and loading events and stuff to where so I eased myself into it, and then as I got closer I actually upped the cardio and I quickened the pace of the workout. And let me tell you, when you're keeping your heart rate up and you're lifting heavy weight and you're doing it quick, you're doing it on 30 seconds to 45 to 60 seconds of rest, you get good. You get in good shape. You do. High intensity interval training, that's real good for strongman. So if you're all about that, then definitely look into the high intensity interval training. That's the way. That's my best advice. I'm not a bodybuilder or anything, but that would be my best advice to building lean muscle. Is lifting heavy weight for moderate reps for little bouts of time. That just makes sense. So lift 75 to 85 to 90% of your maxes for anywhere from 2 to 8 reps. With only about a minute or 2 rest, and you'll get jacked like me.
So how much you weigh right now?
I weigh this morning I weighed 335.0 on the dot, but we're about to go weigh in here at Bowling Green.
The official one.
The official weigh-in, and I've been drinking water all day, and I'm loaded up with carbs. So
yeah. Speaking of which, let's eat some sandwiches.
Maybe.
All right.
Actually, Kyla, if it comes down to a tiebreaker, the lighter guy wins the tiebreaker. Yeah.
All right, let's wait and eat some sandwiches after we weigh in.
So I need to not weigh too much.
It's an interesting tiebreaker.
You want to weigh a lot, but you don't want to be overweight. So
and you want to feel good.
My goal for this competition was to weigh 320 to 325. I overshot it a little bit, but at one point I got up to 340. And a few weeks ago, last week I actually got back down to 323. And so I was feeling good.
All over the place.
Well, I was feeling good, but I wasn't worried.
Yeah.
And this is a healthier 335 than the first go around because I've added a ton of cardio in. So
good.
We're Bowling Green.
All right, we gotta go.
See y'all later.